Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. This wonderful Saturday. It's rainy. It's hot. It's kind of weird, muggy. It's a good day. I'll tell you about those who did not have a good day. Those Americans that are trapped in Afghanistan left their right to join this malicious/incompetent regime. At least we forget that 13 servicemen and women died at Abbey Kabul, Afghanistan, along with 200 other poor souls. 300 plus people lost arms and legs and limbs, things that don't grow back. A lot of them were service members as well. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. But there was hope. There is hope. There's folks still in country. Task Force Argo, Task Force Palatable, Project Exodus, Project Dynamo Christian Coalition, Mighty Oak Foundation, just to name a few. Yes, at least we forget that there are 200 people locked up, incarcerated, been that way since the Jan 6 debacle, held as political prisoners against their will. Yeah, still there, without trials. You know the whole Patriot Act thing. Yeah, that's how they're being held, being labeled the domestic terrorist. Interesting. Yeah. You know who the real terrorist is? Yeah, we know who the real terrorist is. They have hijacked our government and turned it into a regime. That's the goal of a terrorist, a political, to do acts of violence to get a political change. And yeah, that's what's happening. But there's hope. Marjorie Taylor Greene and her consortium of representatives and senators, which one could argue they're not doing enough. Maybe it's all for show. But there are thousands of people that have joined with the Jan 6 movement to try to get these people out, to keep them with care packages, to keep them in legal, to pay for legal fees in defense. And it's falling on deaf ears, folks, but they're still trying. They're still fighting, in this tyrannical regime judicial system. So unbelievable. But meanwhile, I found this interesting. You ever heard of the Bipartisans Community Safety Act? You heard about that? It's Biden's Bipartisan Community Safe Act. Well, they are targeting schools that offer programs like archery and shooting, hunting and archery. They don't get funding. They have been blocked from funding because of this Bipartisan Community Safer Act. Interesting. Why? Well, we all know why. No, you can't teach the kids how to hunt, how to safely operate firearms and hunting equipment, crossbows and archery and spears, and think of all the things that are used in hunting. No. Teach them about critical theory and gender inclusiveness, and how there's no genders. You can just that's what they want to teach. See where this is going. See where this is going. Yeah. So. Yeah. That's all I really got. I mean, there's so much more. Africa is becoming. They're getting destabilized, folks. But it's nothing new. Africa has always been the playground and the experiment lab for all the craziness that rolls out in the world. They go to Africa first and do trial runs, if you will. Niger just had a coup. I'm looking into it. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of other outside interference that's influenced that. But yeah, they basically it's called a junta. It's where the military takes over a nation, takes over the political ruling class of the nation, and now they're in charge. So basically a general is in charge of Niger. They've arrested their president, and they plan to kill him publicly, I'm sure. Yeah, in other news, they're getting hit by cyber attacks all over in Africa, all these African countries, because they will not play ball with the new thing. And it's also a way to roll out, create a problem, create a solution. That's what they do. And yeah, they're trying to roll out this CBDC FedNow, which is here, by the way. It has been rolled out here as well. Yeah, very interesting times. I think it was Brother Rooster who talked about this. Said he was trying to raise the flags in certain places in chats and was getting banned from it, getting his comments taken down. Well, guess what? You were right. But we all knew it was coming. Everybody knows. They're like, yeah, but see, we're all in denial. Oh no, it won't happen here. Not in America. No. See, there's a war going on. There's a war, a financial war. The original fiat currency of the USSA took over the world and imposed sanctions and used it to influence, in their foreign affairs, to create wars, to destabilize nations, just so that they can manipulate the world scene. And they're done with it. They're done with it. So that's where you get BRICS, and BRICS is growing, and that's backed by gold. Interesting. Yeah, and that's China, that's Russia, that's Iran, that's a host of other countries. Cuba, Brazil, South America, Africa. So many countries are jumping on board with this. Meanwhile, the United States is like, oh no, or the monetary industrial complex, I guess you can say that, is like, oh no, we're losing control. Let's just start our own then. CBDC, FedNow, haha. And they sell it. They're starting it. Yeah, they started it here. You have to buy into it, but they're starting it in other countries, rolling it out, saying, hey, you notice you have a problem with your finances. We have CBDC. We have FedNow. You want to try it? Hey, it'll work. Create a problem, offer a solution. What do they call this? Hegelian dialect or something? I forget. Anyway, getting way too deep into the rabbit hole here, but it's not a rabbit hole. It appears that the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is about a couple days now. It used to be a couple months. First it was like years. Now it's a couple months, and now it's a couple days. Which leads me to think, to contemplate the alien agenda. Yeah, it's definitely a distraction. See how they use these things as distractions, Ooh, squirrel! Ooh, squirrel! It plays into everything that they've been doing to manipulate us, to garner a response or no response, which we all know what our response should be. So, go TeamLinda! Go TeamLinda! Fuck cancer! Go TeamLinda! She's kicking ass and taking names, going stronger by the day. Go TeamBabyHarper! She is TeamBabyHarper is getting stronger by the day as well. Still in recovery. It's going to take a long time, folks. Maybe months. But it's better that TeamBabyHarper goes through this now and later on in her life. And it's to save her life, to give her a life. So, this has been Mad Chad. Every day, never forget.